Hello there, guys. This is Solid Shepard bringing you another video, and really the first video in a while. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry for the absence. I know it might have looked bad because I basically stopped making videos right around the time that YouTube kind of got rid of the partnership program for people who are, I believe it's under 4,000 views in a month and 1,000 subscribers, I believe it is. But this video is not about that. Don't worry, that's not why. I've really been wanting to make this video, but I've also had a lot of stuff going on in my life. Let's just say it's I've been having some really big. I really don't want to go into specifics here. Basically financial debt problems, basically those kinds of things. And it's still going on. I just kind of got my head wrapped around a little bit more, and I really feel like I owe it to you guys to make, people who have subscribed to me, people who will subscribe and all that, to get back to making content. But I didn't want to make anything until I made this video, because I think this video is very, very important, as you can tell by the title. I do want to point out, well, first we're going to go ahead and just say it. I'm done with Dokkan Battle. And we'll get into why, and this is a very important video for anyone who plays it or anyone else who plays other mobile games, or, something's been going on recently from Star Wars Battlefront. I really haven't done a video on that, but basically microtransactions. So anyone that's, involved with any game that involves microtransactions, really, I feel like this video is important for, and I really, I put myself in a bad situation. I let the Dragon Ball name basically drag me into this. Anyone who knows me knows I'm very against anti-consumer stuff, but it was the Dragon Ball name. I grew up with Dragon Ball, and it was able to suck me in, and I really got to just a point where I was making bad decisions. I was making very bad decisions. Now, luckily, I'm a single man, so it really only affects me. There's no family or anything. But this kind of thing could happen to someone who has a family. So I wanted to do this video right. I wanted to make sure it wasn't a woe is me video, because I put myself in this situation. I'm not going to ask for Patreon to help me out or anything like that. I put myself in this situation. I take full responsibility, and I'm doing what I can now to get out of that situation. But I feel like something else I can do that's important is to get this, cautionary tale out there to help anybody. There is one thing I do want to say, though. Anyone who is subscribing me for Dragon Ball video game stuff, who was subscribing me for Dokkan Battle, if you want to unsubscribe, I understand. But just know I am still going to play Dragon Ball games that are not, basically anti-consumer, like Dragon Ball Fighters, like Xenoverse 2, and any actual $60 actual games, AAA games that come out that aren't just heavily in microtransactions. I will play them. And I will still probably play games that they did have microtransactions, but it can't be a game where like Dokkan Battle, for instance, you need microtransactions. Yes, you can farm stones, but you eventually get to the point where if you want to be competitive in the game and you want to summon enough, you run out of farmable stones. And it's either basically you have to start over and lose a year plus. Usually I think it was me, I was almost a year in whenever I ran out of farmable stones. You lose a year of work, basically, just gone, or you got to start paying. It's definitely a pay-to-win model, which I reasoned with myself originally when I played it, and I feel like a lot of people do, that it's understandable because it's a free-to-play game. You don't have to pay $60. You don't have to pay $40, $50, $60 for it, so they got to make their money somehow. And we reason, it's preferable to basically having ads pop up every 10 seconds or something like that. But it's really not, and you can really get in trouble if you're not careful. Like I did. So I'm trying to really think of where to go next with this video. It's dangerous. Anyone who says that you it's really virtual gambling. When you look at anything with loot boxes or anything that where you summon, you have summon rates, gotcha games, anything like that, it is really simulated gambling, and you can really get in trouble. Like I said, this is the first game I've ever hit with, but it was the license. It was the license. So I just want to say to anybody who plays this or plays any game similar to this, be careful. Budget. If you're going to play it, don't fall down the rabbit hole, because the rabbit hole exists and it is real. And you eventually get into the point. I know MatPat did a couple videos, the game theorist. He did a couple videos talking about this kind of thing, like loot boxes. And it really applies to Dokkan Battle or any game of loot boxes, any of this, where basically you have a thing where there's two types of investment in a game like this, or in gambling. If you go to casinos, there's time investment and money investment, and that's why casinos will try and let you win every once in a while to kind of draw you in, get your endorphins in your head releasing whenever you win. So it'll make you stay longer, so you'll have more of a time investment, but then you will also had a money investment, and that's how they try to get people. In my case of Dokkan Battle, I had both, because as you guys know, I've been playing this for a long time. I was playing about half a year or so, maybe a little longer, before I even started doing videos with Dokkan Battle. So right now, as I quit it, it was about closing in on 2.5 years of time investment. But then there was also a money investment, because over all that time, I'd bought a lot of stones. I actually found an app on Android. It's probably on iOS too, I don't know, or iOS probably has something similar, where it actually goes into your account and basically shows what you've bought through Google Play, and shows the amount of money. And Dokkan Battle, sorry, that probably was annoying that I just sniffled there. My nose is a little runny, I had to. Sorry guys. But Dokkan Battle, I'd spent about $2,500. And that was just global, because since I downloaded the Japan version through Coup app, it didn't have access to that. But I know for a fact I at least spent at least about half of that, so $1,000 to $1,500. So you're basically looking around between like somewhere between $3,000 and $4,000 I've spent on this game. And like, it got to the point where I was even taking out personal loans just to summon. And I definitely fell down that rabbit hole. It's really, really dangerous. So I had a huge money investment. So I had time and money. So I felt like I couldn't quit, because one, I put so much time into it that I didn't want all that time to be for nothing. And two, I put so much money into it, I feel like if I quit, then all of that money that I just mentioned would just be down the drain for nothing, because I wouldn't have anything to show for it anymore. Nothing. So I kept on playing, and I kept on spending, because you have to spend, because the way it's set up, you can't stay competitive if you don't get the new units. Yeah, I mean, if you summon and you get a good unit, you can stay competitive probably up to maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 months after that. The events will be harder, but you could still beat them. But anytime after that, you literally will not be able to beat it. Maybe with some items, but then you give about 6 or 7 months, and yet not even with items will you be able to beat some of these events, and you just can't play. You can't play the game anymore. And then of course units come out, like the Broly unit and stuff. The attack all units, and then the better attack all units come out. So if you don't get those, then you won't be able to compete in the world tournament, because other people just be beating rounds way too fast. You just won't be able to keep up. Like, even if you play 24/7 and don't sleep for the entire 3 to 5 days the world tournament's going on, you still wouldn't be able to even crack like the top 100. It'd be impossible. It would be, let alone top 500. And that's the way Dokkan Battle's set up. So I would just say, even if you're pay to play, I urge you to be frugal with your stones, still care about which banners you're summoning on, and really I'd urge you even more to consider getting out, because The game is dangerous, and especially when you're watching YouTubers like Nano, Rhymestyle, these guys, you see them summon a lot. But what you don't know is the reason why they can afford to summon that much is because they got a lot of subscribers, a lot of people who watch those videos, so they get a lot of monetization from YouTube coming in. So basically, them summoning on YouTube and sometimes Twitch, like Living Ichigo does live summons on Twitch. I know Nano does them sometimes too. Them summoning on video pays for itself, so they don't lose any money. They just put that money they get and put it back into another summon video, right? So they don't really lose any money. That's why they are able to do it. But your average person, unless you are just filthy rich, you're gonna make yourself poor. I mean, it's going to happen, and I'm a perfect case study. Just don't do that to yourself. I really urge you to get out. There's plenty of Dragon Ball games that don't basically steal your fucking wallet, that don't just reach in your pocket and take all your money right when you get paid. There are plenty. And the other thing is if you don't quit and you keep on playing, it's a mobile game. Dokkan Battle, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, it might not be this year, it might not be next year, but Dokkan Battle will eventually end. And it's not like a game where you can just pop into your PlayStation or open up on your PC and you can play anytime you want. It's server based. So when the servers go down, when the game is over, everything that you have gotten in the game up to that point is gone. And remember whenever I was just mentioning that I was afraid to quit because I feel like all that money would have just been thrown away? At that moment, down the line, all that money you have spent will be thrown down the drain because the game won't exist anymore. So, like, either just be completely free to play, I would suggest, or just don't, I don't know, like, don't spend a lot. Like, if you're gonna have to play it, budget a certain amount of money, and you don't go over that no matter what every month. And you got to make sure you work with the stuff you need. Make sure you're still getting some extra income that you can put into savings for a rainy day. On top of that, don't let Dokkan supersede anything. It should be the very last thing in your budget that you put money into, even after putting money into savings. Like, I just felt like this was a very, very important video, and I'm ashamed. I'm honestly ashamed because I am so against anti-consumerism. And when you really look at it, Dokkan is really like the most anti-consumer video game out there. Like, and you don't even have to spend any money right at the bat, and it just draws you in. It does it better than any other game, where it draws you in and makes it feel like you have to spend more and more and more. And I just find it amazing because the same company, Bandai Namco, that makes Dokkan Battle, made Dragon Ball FighterZ. And if you play Dragon Ball FighterZ, yes, there is a gotcha kind of loot box element to it, but one, it is cosmetic. Okay, like you get character colors of like your avatar that you run around the world in and stuff like that, and stickers and stuff. And two, the currency you use for that is completely in game. It's 100% in game. You earn it in game, and it's just crazy that the same company that makes something like that made Dokkan. And I can't believe it took me to basically be at this point to see it, especially with how much I've railed, not on the channel, but like on forums and stuff, and chats on Facebook and stuff. I've railed really hard against Star Wars Battlefront 2 with its microtransactions and all that, and honestly, I feel like I was being hypocritical because I was sitting here doing the same thing with Dokkan Battle. But no more, my eyes have been opened. Like I said, if you guys want to unsubscribe because you were here just for Dokkan, I completely understand. I hope you don't, because obviously, just a little update here, now all that doom and gloom is over. Obviously, I'm going to be playing more Dragon Ball games. Now that I've got this out of the way, we can get down doing all other kind of videos too, other games. I still got to play Doki Doki. I kind of just stopped partway there. Sinuous Sacrifice, I kind of just stopped there too. I feel like I need to at least play it until I hit the point of permadeath, where if you die too many times in that game, you can't continue anymore. It's over, or until I beat it. So finish that series. And also, just a little update here. I recently actually finally got Microsoft Word for my computer. So I will actually, on certain kinds of videos, obviously it depends. There's certain videos where you kind of just need to more go off the cuff, whether it's like like let's play videos, or if that is like response videos, if I'm responding to someone else's video or an article or something. I need to kind of just read it and then give you guys my thoughts right there. It's almost kind of like a reaction video, but it's transformative and all that. You're actually giving some feedback instead of just reacting. But then also, but for other kind of videos, like the theory videos that I've been talking about for a long time that I really want to do and stuff, and anything like that, I'm going to be writing an actual script and trying to have it be a little bit more professional, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that whenever those happen. Anyways, this was a really hard video for me to make, but I feel like it had to be made. I could have just come out and just been like, yeah, Dokkan Battle's kind of tired, we're going to be playing other Dragon Ball stuff, but whatever, and kept this all to myself. But I felt like it was really important that I get this message out, because I know there's plenty of other people who are in the same boat that I was, and I really want to help them avoid what happened to me. I don't want to see, if I can do something, I want to be able to stop someone from having to learn something the hard way. Because I already learned the hard way. I already learned it for you. And I feel like it's important that I send this message out. Now, there's some people who might argue with me in the comment section, say I'm stupid or this and that, or I was just weak-minded, yada, yada, yada. But it happens to the best of us. And if you get too far into it, you will find yourself same boat. I used to have that same mind frame. I used to think the same way until it happened to me. So it's up to you, the viewer, if you want to take what I'm saying and apply it to your life, or if you just want to blow me off. You can do whatever you want. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to provide a message, because I felt like it was a very important message. And it doesn't stop with Dokkan Battle, like I said. Any kind of game, microtransactions, any kind of loot box or gacha mechanic is anti-consumer. It is that company reaching directly into your pocket, into your wallet, and taking your money. Especially because what if you don't get what you want? Okay, say whether it's multi-summons on Dokkan Battle, or if it is in another game, it is a loot box. Let's say you have to summon or pull for what you want, and it takes you about 20 times. Well, guess what? Those 19 times that you paid for, you literally got nothing for your money. You got nothing, because it's chance-based, so the more you do it, doesn't even really increase your chances. It just gives you another chance. So all those other 19 times, it was literally just them taking your money for nothing. You got nothing. You got nothing. You just gave them your money. You put your money into the Bandai Namco charity fund. You got nothing back. That's really, when you look at that, any other walk of life, that would be considered theft. So I don't know. I hope this video helps somebody. And if it doesn't, like I said, you can take it with a grain of salt and continue doing what you're doing. I hope you have fun, and I hope you don't fall into the rabbit hole. I honestly do. Anybody who's subscribed to me or cares enough to watch my videos, cares enough to comment to me and conversate with me, I care about what happens to you. I really do. And I don't want to see, even my worst enemy, I don't want to see someone fall prey to anything like this. So I feel like I'm kind of rambling now, or I have been rambling. But like I said, I felt like it was a really important video. It was a really important message. I wanted to make sure I got in my head the right message I wanted to send out with this video. I didn't want to just be like, oh, woe is me, and I'm not playing Dokkan anymore. I wanted it to be something constructive, to be a message that could help somebody. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. As always, this has been Solid Shepard. And now that we're getting going again, until next time, I should go.